Hello, hello, hello. How are ya? Hey, Ashley. Hi, Sue. Good morning, Brioni. Hi, Laveda. Hi, Stephanie. I'm hobbling along. My hip surgery's coming on. Oh, good. You guys are going to see the madness that I have to go through with my phone when I take it off of silent, which is hardly ever. But my son tells me about an hour ago that he might be getting off at 2 o'clock today, which is in 1 hour. So this may be a very short life, but I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Not go live again? Because he's off property. He was off property yesterday and he's off property again today. And I'm so whatever. If we have to cut it off and I have to go get him, then we'll cut it off and I will probably come back on tonight. I don't know if Nicole's going live or not, but I might just come on later on and do what I need to do because I wasn't here yesterday. But I'm aggravated. I get aggravated by stuff like this. Hi, Carol Frost. How are you? Hi, Helen. Hi, Mary Sharkey. Hi, Robin. Hi, Miss Linda. Yeah, such is life. I know. So, whatever. So, I have to leave here in order, hi, Tina, in order to get to, he is actually at least 1+ is he's not so far in the next town. He's still in the next town, but when he goes to work every day, it's at the edge of that town, borderline going into the other town. This one is like just a hop, skip, and a jump away from where we are, so it's closer. It's only 30 minutes away. But yeah. Anyways. Hi, Robin. Hi, Gert. Long time no see. Robin, how are you? Good to see you. Are you leaving? Are you still in California? You are, right? For a little bit longer? Anyway, so, oh, well, and that's the thing is where he is the worst place in that town. It's the bad side of town. He's at because they do, anyways, the audit place that they're out at, they're at the women's, children's, something center, like, you know, the place for women and children to go. I don't know if I don't want to say it and get in trouble from the book or YouTube. Anyways, so yeah. I don't remember, Miss Linda, but yeah, I seen your other order. Hi, Miss Linda Baker. I don't remember what people get. I just remember their names. Okay, so on Friday when I left you, hi Angela. We were doing the box with the Always and Forever paper, and then on the inside we did the beautiful red velvet powder, which is stunning. And then we had on the outside, I was gonna say, I just had it in my hand. On the outside, hi Shonda. On the outside, we were going to do the little heart ornament, which is just the half of it, obviously. We're going to do some mirror mist on the edges and almost try to make it look like the mirror coming in, or like if you would like one of the little magic glow balls. And then we're going to put the temptress inside of that and then come around the edges and put that on the top. So anyways, since who knows how long I have, let's get started. Okay, Robin. I thought I remembered you said October. Onyx and Troy have been on my last one this morning. Onyx wants to keep playing like 24/7, so she just sits in front of me crying because she wants to go outside and play with the ball. What did you do to your hair? We just made it nice. No, I know. All right. Nick leaves to Cancun tonight. So, basically, we're going to put her in there. And then you guys remember we have the Totally Dazzled apple that we're going to put on the outside because she's holding an apple. I'm going to clip that off, but I'm going to leave it on for right now. So I'm just going to see how far in I want to come up with the, all right, you two, stop. You both are going to get time out. Right. How far in I want the mirror mist to come. Don't throw her ball in my trash, you goofball. All right, so we'll start with it kind of there and then keep putting it on top of her and see. Why did you move that? You guys are nutso. Nutso. Anna just sat in front of me for like 20 minutes just because she wants to play with the ball. I'm like, you're driving me bananas. Okay, so make sure if you want to use the mirror mist, there's a mirror mist for glass and there's a mirror mist for plastic. Make sure you get the right one. We tried to test using the plastic on the glass or vice versa to see if there was a difference, and there is a difference. I can't remember what Yvette and I were testing, but whichever way it wasn't sticking. So you need to make sure you get the right one. I'm only going to take a little bit because I want the texture, and you can use whatever you want to stamp, but I want the texture and the irregular shape from the foil. If you use a sponge, sometimes you will just get that blob, right? And I definitely don't want the blob. My poor pup is so bored because I can't really play. Aww! Soon. Hi, Leah. How are you? All right, make sure you mix it up really well. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in there. It's probably going to evaporate right away, and I probably shouldn't do that, but I don't feel like lining my plate with it and all that other stuff. So I'm just going to use a pipette, a pipette. So, but it actually comes with a spray nozzle, so you can, if you want to spray it on, you can use the spritzer. Make sure if you do use that, though, that you clean it out because it will stick and it'll clog up. All right, so we're going to go on the inside. I can see where I made the little marks with the pin or that whatever chalk pin. Hi, Sandy. All right, and then we're just going to so obviously if you didn't, the reason why I'm doing it this way is because we're going to paint in that red, right? So the red is going to come through on the negative spaces. So, but you could brush it on if you wanted it just all mirror mist so that you could just see the reflection. Totally up to you, however you want to use it. It's fun to play with. Okay, see now that is it's becoming one blob. So before it dries, I'm going to come over there and move it around because I want the red, because we're going to put that same red that we did underneath the velvet powder. We're going to put that same red in the heart. The whole reason why I said I wasn't going to cut that thing off yet was so I could hold it. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can use the mirror mist. So now you see how flat that is. So I'm actually going to toss that away, and I'm going to grab another piece, because the whole point of it is that I want the irregular shape of the foil. I also don't want to squeeze it because I want all of those little nooks and crannies that it does. Hey, Nicole. Oh, the mirror mist is so fun. So fun. I've done like cigar boxes and done a frame with, just used a mold and had a frame, and then use acetate and put the mirror mist on acetate to make a mirror, to put it on the inside of, like, to make it look like a little jewelry box or whatnot. But you can, there's a lot of different fun things you could do with the mirror mist. So again, the point is, right, is that I don't want the mirror mist on all of it. We could probably put it on a little bit more though, because we do want it to look almost like, kind of like the smoke of it is coming through, and then you see her on the inside. Yeah, so you watch. He's going, if I need to get him, I need to be there. I need to leave here in 15 minutes. And he absolutely, positively cannot stand outside. I don't care if he's 106 years old. My boy is not made for that side of town. We used to walk the streets, but not that his co-workers would leave him, especially the one that's with them. She's totally like a mama bear for him. Okay, do you see kind of, I know it's hard because it's clear, but just trying to see if I'm good with how much is there. We can probably come up a little bit more to that mark. My son Trevor, my youngest, Troy's gonna be 25, so he's 23. He'll be 24 this year. So yeah, Nick. So Nick's gonna go to Cancun tonight. They leave, right, for his cousin's like bachelor party that they're doing in an all-inclusive resort in Cancun or whatever. And we were talking last night, and I said, "What time is it in Mexico?" I said, "It's like Central Time, right?" And he goes, "Oh, good question. I don't know." And then he looked and he goes, "Oh yeah, they're 2 hours ahead." I go, "Okay, yeah, so it's Central Time, like, to us." And then we started talking because Nick was thinking that the flight was only going to be like, I don't know, I think he told me like 3 or 4 hours. 11 hours. With the layover and everything else that they have, it's going to be 11 hours. He's already aggravated. He's like, why couldn't he have just picked like Vegas or something? Why do we have to go out of the country? You answered 23 before I did. Okay, so I'm just going to come up a little bit. You know, I don't want to go too far in and because I can't take it back, right? So I'm just moving little by little. Once I put the red in, you guys will be able to see what's really going on in here because I know it's hard because of the clear and the silver. Whoa. And then I am going to get the edges. I think we will paint the edge though and make that a little opaque because that's kind of where it's starting off at. So I don't mind if that, so down here, and I won't like make it smooth, we'll just kind of tap it in. So that way some of the red, if it wants to peek through there, it can too. Hola Ari, how's mama? Hi Sheila. Hi Trees. Did I say hi to you, Trees? I don't feel like I said hi to you. I don't know. Then I was in my craft room today and I was pulling out all the pumpkins. We have a lot of pumpkins that I bought last year at the end of last year that I didn't do anything with. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm happy with that now. I'm just gonna do it with the brush. Okay, all right. Obviously, because that's plastic, you want to be careful with drawing it, but I'm just gonna hit it with the heat. I'm gonna turn it down. Because it's alcohol, it'll dry really fast. This boy, I'm telling you, he better not be like, Mom, we're off in 2 minutes. I will strangle him. Don't do it. All right, what do I want to take? I actually don't mind a dauber this time. Let's use a dauber and see. We'll use an itty bitty dauber. I know I'm going to mess that paper up. Okay. So now I'm just going to pop that in there and then I'll show you what's happening on the other side and you guys will see why I've been pouncing in the air. So now do you guys see? Did you just belch? Oh, you got the hiccups and burping at the same time. Yeah, I know. Why do you think you have a bright banana yellow phone case? Because I just bought you one. Don't be trying to act again like I didn't get you a phone case, sir. Okay, so again, because it's supposed to look like it's coming in on her, right? I'm not trying to do it perfectly. Look at how cool that looks. Can you guys see? All right, now let's see if we need to come in a little more with that, with the red. Oh, I know the lights, it's hard to see. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, a little bit more right there at the top. Hi, Joanne. Yeah, he's got the hiccups, the hiccups. 13 surfboards and 24 coasters so far. They're all sold in a slow process, but getting them and took a break yesterday and today. Aw, you've been busy. You've been a busy bee. That's good. All right, little bit, tiny bit more. Now you don't only have to do one color. You could very well have put like black in here, and you could do all the colors, right? But because we're gonna have it on there, aw, sookie. Now, all right, do we need anywhere else? I think we either are covered with, okay, let's put that dauber in the water. It'll probably end up in the trash, but we could pretend that I'm gonna keep it. All right, I'm gonna dry this. I know the red is very pretty. On the snow glow molds, ooh, that would, huh, to make it look like the snow, or like when you shake it up, that would be really cool. I know I still haven't used those molds yet. Bourdon. It's the same Bourdon color that the red that we like in the matte, but in the matte it almost takes on this look, and in the metallic it's more of a red. The matte looks actually just like this. It's weird. I don't know why. Okay, but that red inside of there is gorgeous, and it opens just like butter because we treated all of that with the wax and everything else. I had it closed this entire weekend and didn't open it until I was just coming live to make sure it wasn't sticking, and it was nice and perfecto mundo. All right, you're gonna put you. I'm trying not to do this. So that's why I'm over here off to the side, which doesn't help me see if it's in the middle. Well, that's her. I feel like it's not straight with this, but then I feel like it's not straight anyways. All right, let's do this. Which wax are you using that got sticky again? Because wax isn't sticky. So do you just mean like it reactivated? You could take a little bit of like, do you have translucent powder? Or do you have, it's called like a Buff Buddy for, when you do embossing. Because if it's that hot, I can understand why it's almost like it's emulsifying again. All right, and then we have stuff that we're going to put around there anyways. So I'm not real worried about that, but I'm going to stick that back on for a second. Okay. Sorry, ma'am, I'm going to cut your head off. Actually, am I going to be able... Ooh, I can see through it. Okay, hold on a minute. Really? What did I move my gesso somewhere? So I'm looking for my clear gesso because... Oh, I did. Because I need to paint it white behind there. Because going on top of there is going to darken her. So I'm going to take some clear gesso. So that way when I paint it white, the white doesn't go through it and it doesn't speckle her face. But if it's going through the backside, I was trying to make it easy so I didn't have to hold. So we all know that whenever you trace something, you need to cut inside the line a little, right? Well, I'd like for a little bit of it to be on the actual lip of the heart. So I'm going to cut on the line. Okay. No way for me to make it at 2 o'clock. Trevor Jordan. All right, and I'm going to turn my heat back up and take off whatever of that friction pin is still left. Hey, Laurel. Hi, Megan. Megan, have you seen this? Look at how red and beautiful that is. Oh, you guys are still really close. My bad. Sorry. All right, so let's look at how she's going to look and see. So it looks like it's like almost like it's closing in on her, right? Yes, ma'am. Okay, so we're going to, whenever you paint the back of your rice paper, you want to put a barrier back there. So you can use your decoupage varnish and glue. If you have clear gesso works. Hi, Liz. It's velvet powder. That is all velvet powder. Let me back you up, sorry. It's all velvet powder. It's gorgeous, isn't it? All right, so we're going to put that barrier on, and I will tell you, I skipped this step, and I can remember it was a release that we did, and it was when Iveta did the papers from, was it was an artist, like, was he Ukraine artist or something? I can't remember where he was from, but it was the little girl with the red bow and whatnot. Anyways, so I was working on samples, and I was almost done getting ready to put her on whatever I was putting her on. Skipped this step, painted it white because I was going to put it on a darker background. Painted it white, turned her around, and her whole entire face was speckled. It looked like she had snow all over her face. When we do samples, 90% of the time, we only have one piece of each print because, we haven't gone to print fully yet. And I was so devastated because I was literally almost done. And I believe the one that I used was the only one Iveta had. It was the 4-pack, and it was going in landscape. Y'all, I tell you, I will never forget that step ever again, because I think of every time I'm going to paint the back, I think of that poor little girl and how speckled her face was. Oh, isn't it beautiful? Whoa. So like I said, you need some type of barrier back there. Did that to Marilyn, I know. So whatever your barrier is, you can use your decoupage glue. If you have clear gesso, I have this in my store. Whatever, you need a barrier because it's very heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking. All right, so let's paint the back of her red. And then white. And then we will we'll figure out where we want to put her on the box. And then we'll put our, whatever we want to call this. It's like her heart mirror enclosing on her. Now, the only other thing is, when you're doing this, also don't be like me and start painting so fast, and then this comes up, and then you end up painting the reverse side. Yep. Especially when you're working on samples. It seems like every time I'm working on samples, I haven't had to do it much lately, but whenever I used to do samples, there was always some kind of catastrophe that would happen. Like, because whenever I buy rice paper, I always buy 2. Even if I don't use the other, just in case, because I'm traumatized. I always buy 2 of everything. You must share the finished product on Pintart Velvet Pattern. I seen that. Okay, I could do that. I seen that. And it just so happened, I think last week I was using Mache Effect, and it happened to be last week too, by coincidence. All right, so we're going to be careful that we don't lift the edge and then accidentally paint it, or put the picture back in wet paint. I'm telling you, I'm traumatized from things that I have done. So you guys, you know how I always say, be better than me? Be better than me. All right, and then I'm just going to grab my pokey tool so I can hold her down while I dry it. And I'm going to turn it way down so she don't blow all over the place. Hi, Miss Donna Sue. Okay. Now she's ready to pop. See, now we can see her much more. I know the light. I have a million lights, y'all. That just And obviously we will put around the heart so that it's finished around her. And then, where did my apple go? So then, I don't know if the apple should go up here with her, but I was thinking about putting the apple in the front. Hi, Miss Connie. Okay, let me stand up so I don't put my head in the... Okay, do you guys see what I'm seeing? So, I don't know if the paper's a little crooked, but if I'm going straight on with the box, or I need to... These are not... Am I crazy? That's not straight. Okay, Terry. You gotta tell your OCD to go away. OCD, go away. Whatever. We're just putting her right there. All right. Let's get the decoupage varnish and glue. Matt. Thank you. And then let's... Even when it's little, it's just a habit. I work in sections. All right. We do need to seal the top of this, though, prior to us putting the heart on. I'm wondering if she should stay matte, or do we do soft touch up here, maybe? Yes, actually, it does, doesn't it? You know what? You guys know I love sensory, right? Especially because of my Troy Troy. So what if we did soft touch all on the top of this, which is going to mattify it, because I don't really think she calls to be super shiny. Especially because we have the mirror mist on the heart, right? Like it's closing in. Look at that. Looks like almost like a flame. Can you guys see that down here? Hard to see, I know, with all the lights. But we could do soft touch up here. I will tell you, I need to be very careful because I still have not sealed the fine line with, I'm wondering if we want to matte. Okay, because you know our solvent-based varnish does come in matte and it comes in gloss. I'm almost wondering if we should matte down the fine line, which we hardly ever do. It is almost like, I know, it's almost like something stops me every time I think it's a good idea to mattify fine lines. Something inside of me goes, don't do it. All right. So let's put this aside for just a second. And let's soft touch. I hear you, bud, but I don't see you. What, baby? Oh, okay. You know, if you push that button right there, it will work. Okay. Do I want to mattify her? It's not going to matter to soft touch her under. No, she should be glossy because she's coming through here, and we can mattify on the outside. Am I thinking way too much into this? Yeah, probably. But y'all know how I am already. That's just the way I roll. I can't help it. My brain does weird things. Sometimes voluntary and sometimes involuntary. All right, so we're just going to make her glossy because she's coming through what we're trying to say is like a mirror, right? So that's one. This is soft touch. So if you do not like matte, you will not like soft touch. But true to the name, soft touch gives you a very soft feeling. It almost feels like a rose petal. It's the only way I can explain it to you. But this is water-based, so I don't want to go over the edge. And ruin our beautiful fine line that's on the outside there. But if you have not tried soft touch, you need to at least once. What are we doing? Lipstick? Oh boy. Thank you. You're the best. All right, so we got that. Let's dry this a little bit, and then we will put one more. That's good, Trees. All right, so let's go. So if someone were to get this as like a gift or something, how cool would that be? It has soft touch on there. There's velvet powder on there. Fine line crackle. We have texture on the outside of the box with the cheesecloth. And that's all something we've done. It's nothing that a machine did. All right, and let's put one more on her. I know you're trying to hand me some type of makeup or something or another, so. You know it would be really cool to have put like almost like pouring glaze or the 3D to make it look real glass-like. If you didn't have like maybe the heart, you could put pouring glaze on her and then still line it, you know what I mean? That would look really good too. All right, let's put those in the water. We'll put those in the water. We need to do, we don't need that anymore. We are going to need some heavy body gel. Heavy body gel. All right. Okay, pasta sauce. Oh, Troy, stop digging in it. Look what he does to the powder. Watch all of this. It's still going, by the way. You're trying to make me look like I have like black eyes or something, Troy? Thank you. Holy guacamole. Hi, Barbara Ross. I guess like a whole ton of it. All right, let's dry this. We'll get some heavy body gel. Heavy body gel. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm telling ya. You need to try it at least once. You need to try soft touch at least once. So now she's glossy. She's got the gloss. Oy vey, this is just a mess waiting to happen. Somebody's waiting to stick a hand or something in there. Troy's gonna stick something in there. All right. So we've got that itty bitty rim, and we got to put some heavy body gel on there. Now, if you weren't using heavy body gel and you wanted to use like the express glue or something like that, that's fine. I've showed you guys the easiest way to do that is to like put it on the back of your hand and then stamp it on there. However, I'm not putting heavy body gel on my hand. No, ma'am. No. No can do. Nope. Not today. Because it will not come off. It will not come off today. Again. But I don't trust very many things to hold stuff onto my projects. Actually, I don't trust much of anything other than heavy body gel. Okay, and let me get, because I already know it's going to squishy out on the sides, and that's fine. As long as there's product on the little rim for it to squish out of the sides, we're good. Now the heavy body gel glossy is the one that dries transparent. The matte does not. You again, sir? Oh my gosh, look at all of that powder, Troy. Oh, I would concur that it could stick your face to the that'd be actually pretty scary. Thank you, son. Would shimmer glaze look pretty all over her? Oh yeah, you guys. Well, shimmer glaze. It depends on how you use it. Shimmer glaze is pretty. My preference, though, if I was gonna put something on a face and I wanted that glitter, would be to use the chameleon varnishes, the chameleon varnish line. But that is just my preference. But shimmer glaze, yeah, you could definitely put that on her. That is so cool. All right, I still see some. Troy. Thank you, son. Where are we going? All right, so now look at that, y'all. Can you guys see that red? Oh, let me do it up here. So up here, you can't see the bright lights because they're shining on my desk and my face. Look at that. See what I was saying right here? How it looks like it's like fingers or something grabbing inside. Now, all of that inside there will dry clear. That's why I said if you use the matte, the heavy body gel matte, it would be like a, you would see the gel inside of there. So make sure you're using the right one. It will give it like that. You'll see like a frosted clump in there. All right. So on the outside of her, there's a very, 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 very tiny lip on her. And when I pulled this out earlier, this fit right in the lip. I like that because I don't want anything on the outside that's going to overpower, because I don't want somebody looking, I don't like somebody looking at what's around her. I want the focus to be her. But hold on a minute, because I haven't seen. See, I knew that one day when I seen that thing sitting out, and if I didn't put it away, I was not going to find it. Oh, that's gonna have to be the one, because I have an itty bitty one like that that's gold that I've shown many a times, and I know it was sitting out here for the longest. Ah, it still is here. I knew it. Haha. Yep, it needs to be the gold. Hi, Lori. A bleeding heart. I know, just right. It is perfectly on the edges there. It's like perfectly closing in on her. So cool. All right, let's get. Oh, now you changed the banana case? Yeah, because Troy, don't, because I need to see if your brother on here is the gold as well. Don't. I need to see if your brother is gonna. Oh, he told me at 1 o'clock, no updates yet. Huh? Oh well, I didn't see it anyways. I don't know why we didn't hear it. My phone, I turned the volume down, so it's still. I probably didn't turn the Troy, killing me, Smalls. I probably didn't turn up the notification volume. Literally, it would make you guys go crazy if I did that. You know how excited I was to find you that yellow phone case? Do you know my stresses of finding you a phone case? I didn't want to kiss. Don't try to butter me up now. Don't try to All right. I am going to, if it's not clogged, I am going to take the diamond glaze. It is not. Amazon. Okay, Robin. Prayers for you, my friend. Okay, let's start down here at the bottom. Actually, no. I'm going to start up here at the top. Because when you're looking at it, you're looking this way, and I don't want to see the connector down here. I don't know. Again, personal preference. I'm a weirdo. You guys already know that. Okay, so it is heavy body gel. I'm not trying to like boot scoot it all around. This is, though, the one that likes to turn. I don't want to use my new one. Use my old one. Because it's so small. But if I can get it in that groove, it literally is the same size. And you guys know the groove I'm talking about. It's where the lip is that meets the other half of the heart. See? It's already turning over there. Feel like I'm that's gonna aggravate me. Why is it turning like that? Stay like that. You guys probably can't even see what I'm talking about. Just here we go, talking like a crazy person. Hi, Kay. Hi, Catherine. Thank you. All right, and then where are we cutting that at? Two. Two or one? I think one maybe. Okay, get in that groove there, buddy. And the diamond glaze. I quite like to have, like how I went around and poured it and kind of let it set a little bit first. We're gonna have to put some more soft touch because the diamond glaze touched this, and it's gonna be shiny right there. It's gonna look weird. It's all right. We'll put some more soft touch on it. But see, it fits right into that groove, and it's not too much, so it doesn't take over her, but it finishes off that edge. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So cool. Yeah. I told you Finn's glitter it's not the same. The Finn's glitter, and look, I might like shiny things, but I loathe using glitter. Loathe it. Almost as much as foil yo-yo. And although I like foil yo-yo, that stuff, you guys have seen the nightmares that I have been in with it. But Finn's glitter, I don't mind that at all. All right, let's get that little bit of shine off of there. And that's just from when I was wrapping. So I'm just going to take some of the soft touch and go around wherever the diamond glaze came out and touch, because it's going to be shiny and look very strange. Okay. Now Troy's got me sitting on my phone, so now if he does call me or text me or whatever, Emily just came back and said she expects to be out of here at 3. I will message you at 2:30 to check in again. Okay, I could deal. I can handle that kind of communication. It's the communication that is like, 10 minutes later that I don't like. I don't like that kind of communication feeling. I don't like it. And I know our children don't understand. But it's just like I'll do anything. I don't mind whatever. Left, right, up, down, whatever. I'll do it. But just give me notice. Communicate with me. I don't like that last minute stuff. It drives me bananas. Okay, so now, do you guys think, though, that the apple should be down here? Yeah, Lori. See, it just, it just messes all kinds of stuff up. Do we think the apple should be down here? It does. It throws off everything. Oh, Bree, also, I have all your stuff in the box, Bree, but I think we're going to have to do that in 2 shipments because that MDF is heavy and I don't want them to do anything funny to you. So I think I'm going to split it in 2. I'm going to work on that tonight on getting that weight right. But I'll let you know if she's still here. Oh, okay. Do you guys like the apple down here? This is driving me nuts. While you guys are waiting to answer me. Oh, we have this beautiful box, and at the bottom I can see this all kind of craziness happening, which could be fixed in a second. I kept meaning to do it and just kept forgetting. But every time I hold it up, I can see it, and it's horrible. Horrible. Hi, Elaine. Okay. Okay, Bree. Just because, if I've got like a 10-pound box and I'm like, oh no, it's only a couple of bucks worth of crafting supplies, they're going to be like, yeah, you big fibber wibber wibber. When I sit this down, it doesn't wobble. I know you guys can see how crazy it looks down here. And that actually looks wild to me. So what I will probably end up doing is, I may just cut a piece of, I don't know. I may just cut a piece of chipboard the size of the disc on my Scan and Cut and put it on here. I don't know. I don't know if somebody's going to care that at the bottom the stuff looks like that, but I don't know. That doesn't bother me. It would bug me though if I got it and it wasn't painted. That would make me crazy. Aww. Okay, now it doesn't have to look all crazy anymore. Okay, let's get some heavy body gel on the apple, and we will turn this on because we're gonna need to stick that apple on. Yeah, see, I'm glad I didn't use the top half, and I didn't even do it on purpose because it was so easy for that trim to sit in the other one. So it doesn't really matter where we put it because you could continuously turn the box and there's nothing inside. We just need to kind of put it in the middle. In the middle. I'm telling you, there's something about that red velvet powder that is, amazing. Oh, while we wait for that to come on, you guys know I usually don't do this in the house, but it's such a little part. I will go ahead and put one quick little, whew. And then whenever you're cleaning your brush, do not stick this brush in water because as soon as it hits water, it'll go and get rock solid. So you want to take at least, I only use 99.9% isopropyl alcohol, and I clean it out of my brush first, and then after that I will put it in my Dawn dish soap water and clean it with my scrubby soap as normal. But if you stick your brush right away in water, I guarantee you it's gonna go from the water to the fancy place called the garbage. And no, 80% isopropyl alcohol will not get it out. It's just as bad as sticking it in water. I only use 99.9. I believe Nicole says it works and she uses like 91% or something like that. How pretty that is. I'm going to put it in front of the fan. It's very stinky. If you need to wear a respirator, wear a respirator because it smells bad. And anybody who says it doesn't, you must have automatic plugs in your sniffer. Because it's horrible. Horrible, I tell ya. Horrible. All right. So, I'm going to take this and I'm going to squeeze out the excess. And then I'm going to take a little cup. Thank you. Hi, my Gail. Woo! Stuff is stanky. Yeah, I had somebody yell at me, and this is the truth. I had somebody yell at me because they were like, you said that isopropyl alcohol cleans the brushes, and it does not. It ruined my brush, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, first of all, how did I become liable for your brush? Number one. And number two, what was the alcohol you used? What was it? It's isopropyl alcohol. I realized that, but what was it? It was like the 70%, the one you get like at Rite Aid. That's the reason why. The one that you use from like Rite Aid, the 70/30, that doesn't work. It ruined your first breath. Oh my God! I was like, when did I become liable for your breath? And you see now it's good. Now it's good. It don't have any nasties in there. Now you can stick it in your bubbly water and clean it, and you're good. Yeah, I was just like, golly, ma'am. Like, first of all, you're coming at me all kind of crazy and sideways right now. All right, where do we want to put this? I want to look at the bestest places. The bestest places. Ooh, I like this area. I like this area. Yeah. Well, you didn't say that. I know for a fact I always say 99.9%. I know I do. For a fact. A factamundo. Whatever. People just like to blame stuff and get mad for no reason. No reason. Alright, we're going to use some heavy voltage gel. I think, I don't know. I haven't seen her. She must have blocked me. Why do I, what, and that's another thing. Why do I get blocked? I didn't even, whatever. There's a lot of problems in this world. Ruining a brush is the least of our worries. But if it makes you feel better to yell at me, I will allow it. Okay. And I'm not going to put any on the little bite right there because there's no lip there, number one. And what about here? I guess. Yeah. Okay. There. I'm just going to put a little bitsy bits. Because it's uneven. Hi, Phyllis. I know. It's alright. Whatever. Maybe she's just having an extra horrible day and needed to get her frustrations out and yelled at me. I hope she felt better after that. And hopefully her brushes were cleaned from that point forward. Ah, sucky now. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's beautiful. How are we doing? How are we looking? We're almost dry. We're not all the way dry, but oh, sucky. All right. Of course you would go on crooked, you silly Willy. All right, hold on. Let's just dry this a little more so I could do what I need to do because I still have 5 minutes according to Trevor. I don't know. It's a good thing people only get mad at me and yell at me now at this stage because when they used to yell at me before, oh my gosh, I would be all like, they hate me. Now I don't care. Got another Scrappy. More scraps to store for Ashley. I know. I'm all grown up now. Now I don't give a flying hoot nanny. Now I just think it's kind of funny. Because you start to realize that people are only like, when they're mad at you and they're yelling at you, like, a lot of the times, like, especially if it's something that I've done, I will, like, apologize if I was wrong and I did something, like, mean or something, or somebody was offended by something or whatever. But when you're just being, like, angry, just to be angry, I don't know, you kind of learn, like, that, not my circus, not my monkeys. Okay, so when you use solvent varnish, it always takes longer to dry. So I'm not going to go grabbing this all crazy because I'm going to tell you, surface, like I always say, surface, it's dry, but down to the nitty gritties of it, it's not. But there's our box, y'all. I mean, it looks pretty simple, but there's a lot going on. We have all of our crackle-lackins that happen with the fine line crackle. We did texture with Finn's mini art stones on top of cheesecloth. We used mirror mist. Hello? And then he hung up on me. I'm going to kick my son's butt. We're ready at 3. Okay, so we got to leave now. Anyways. And then we use Mirror Mist, and we use the Metallic Bourdon, and then this is the Temptress, but on the 4-pack, and then this is Always and Forever. And then, of course, we put Soft Touch on the top of that, and Red Velvet Powder on the inside. Thank you. So I will actually put you up here. Troy, we have to go get your brother. So this is what she's looking like. That is what our little apple is doing on the front. I think it just so cool. It ties it all together. But a lot of different cool textures and just all the things on the box. Pretty simple, but very cool. The effect of it is all very cool. So now I guess I will go and get my son. You watch, I'll be sitting outside like do. Anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Look it, I pulled out, you guys know I have like 7 million of these ghosties that I got from Joann's when they closed out down here. Remember I got that really big one, and I have like a few more of these. I wanted to do him really girly though, or her really girly, and put like a big old pink bow on her and make her all girly. I don't know. Anyways, I think we're going to do something with the ghostie tomorrow, but I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I'm going to go get my kiddo. And I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Same time, same place. Talk to you later. Bye.